We're back with another episode here outside finally. Oh, and here comes Aslan to join me. Let's go. And we have beautiful Colombian weather out here. And that means it's Bogota weather. It's basically shit. It's cloudy, it's drizzly and rainy, and it's cold. So one of the biggest misconceptions people probably have about this place is it is warm all the time. And it might be in other places. I mean, Medellin, by the coast, Santa Marta, Cartagena, Cali, those places are definitely a lot warmer. But Bogota, it's got a rainy season, it's got a dry season, but it's always the same weather. It's cold, especially when it's rainy. So that's great. This week's going to be my last week, I think, until the end of the summer do this podcast. So thank you all for being with me. Please like, subscribe. You can review on Spotify, I think, but leave a comment or something. I don't know. Follow me on Instagram at DMDYDU. Nah, it's TikTok. Follow me on Instagram at DMDY pod. Basically, the reason why this is the last one, at least for now, is because I am in a transition state. I mean, not really a transition state, but I'm leaving Colombia. Next week, I go on vacation for a week, and I probably won't be able to do it from where I'm at. And the following week, I go back home and I go straight to camp. So that is going to be a fun time, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do the podcast from there. Maybe I can try doing it. It's just there's not much time. I am a counselor for 12-year-old boys, I think they are now. So there's 10. I mean, it's a co-ed camp and co-ed cabins. It's just this group doesn't have any girls, which is kind of bad for them, I think. I think that you need female presence. It's something I've more realized now, especially over COVID and quarantine, when I had really, really strong female presences in my life. That really changed a lot. Never really had very close female friends before that. And that's changing now. So Aslan's going back inside. He's already done with this weather. It is quite cold, you gotta say. And I lost my jacket at the airport, which has not been a lot of fun. That's probably fun to see me pushing the thing. Yeah, so I'm leaving here in 2 weeks, but this week's my last week of work, and it's pretty sad, to be honest. I mean, 6 months is not a long time in the grand scheme of things. Let's see. That is almost a 50th of my life. Wow. It's a 46th or whatever, but still 6 months is a very long time. And you have relationships, you get attached, especially when you're working with little kids. Like, I feel very attached to these kids, and it's going to be sad when they leave. And I realize I want to do something kind of similar, because there's definitely a joy that I get out of playing day in, day out with kids, adults in general, like playing on playgrounds, playing tag, being around people. Kids are very positive. I like that. They have a short-term memory. There are ways that I want to be more like a 5-year-old. A lot of ways I don't want to be more like a 5-year-old, but I want, to have fun. And I think being around kids is a great way to do that. And being around teachers are very cool people. And I never would have said this when I was a student in school. I always thought teachers were, I don't know. I never thought they were bad people, of course, but I'd never had the idea of teachers being people. And I guess as you're young, you don't have that idea. I mean, the 5-year-olds have no clue what I do after school, I'm sure. The probably last thing they think I do is go home and record a podcast for 20 minutes and put it out there. They're like, people want to listen to you? We don't even want to. I wish the kids listened to me a little more, but that's why they have the other teacher. And that also makes me think about how I wouldn't want to be a teacher, because they're kids. I don't want to punish them, or punish sounds bad, but like, I don't want to tell them not to do things in a way. Like, I'm not saying spoil them, but I'm saying they're 5. They're going to make mistakes and do things. And I guess you can teach them right from wrong. I mean, you do learn that at a very young age, but just becomes difficult. So yeah, it's going to be really sad. And I'm not looking forward to it. Or am I looking forward to it? No, I'm not looking forward to leaving the kids, but I am looking forward to going to camp. I'm looking forward to, I wrote all of them letters, which has been really nice. And some are more difficult than others. Some are difficult because you feel really attached to a kid and you don't want to leave them. Some are difficult because the kid's a little shithead. Not in a bad way. I mean, the kids are good. They're all great kids. It's just some listen, some just play more. There are some kids that stand out, some kids that don't. There's one letter I have left to write that I have no idea what I'm going to write about. Some kids are just there. They're there and don't do much, which nothing against the kid. It's just unremarkable. Sounds mean to say about a 5-year-old. I wouldn't say that to his face, but really is. So I was going to monologue for this episode a little bit about this, but also I was in class last week and something someone said that was really nice is they're always trying to fit people to awards. And I don't like that because people are different and people don't necessarily, not everybody's going to have the qualities for that award or not everybody's going to do it. And then when there's only one award, how do you decide it? How do you decide who's the best at this thing or who exemplifies this the most? And I think everybody gets those awards. And I realize my Frisbee team actually does this. Not fit people to the awards, but you fit awards to the people. And I like that concept better. Now, that might sound a little bit of a participation trophy type thing, but I think that if you're going to give a participation trophy to all the kids, you should give them different ones. I mean, it takes a lot of more effort, but no, the kids aren't the same. There's something that each individual kid does well that maybe someone else doesn't. And there's always going to be people who are better, especially when any award, someone's going to be quote unquote better. And some people are going to quote unquote be not quite as good, but have other characteristics that you really remember them by. Aslan wants to come back out. See if he joins me this time. Here he comes. Aslan, say hi to the peoples. Aslan, say hi. Look, it's you. It's you, Aslan. Mira, allá. No? Anyways, here's Aslan. If you fit, because not everybody's going to have the same characteristics or qualities that you win awards for, yet everybody's unique. And I think everybody does in a way deserve an award. I think not deserve, but it's nice to feel remembered. It's nice to have an award that you can claim. I mean, my sister, she still talks about her best rebounder award from basketball camp when she was 10. She got 1 rebound. She doesn't let anybody live it down. She's like, I played basketball. I got the best rebounder award at basketball camp. And she did. Now, I'm not talking about that way, but if you had something, to fit the people, it's nice to feel recognized. And especially if it's not just a regular award, then someone's recognizing a characteristic or something about you that they appreciate. And not everybody hears appreciation. I don't feel like I hear appreciations all too often. And I don't know, do you feel like you get appreciated? Do you appreciate yourself? I mean, that's where I'm trying to do daily affirmations and self-appreciations most days. But, it takes memory. It's not like anybody thinks that you're a bad person or something, that you're not special. But I think it's difficult to just keep appreciating someone with no reason. And there is, I guess, a reason that person, you enjoy that person, you're fans of that person. There's something about them that you want to be around or do something. So it's not from nowhere, but it just doesn't come up. It's like having an open invitation to someone's house. I think that while that is one of the nicest things and the best things, people just never come. I was with some friends this weekend, and they don't go over to each other's houses, even though they're good friends, because there's always the ability, but then you just don't remember it, or you don't have the desire, not the desire, like you want to see them. It just doesn't end up happening unless there's a set plan. Like if you're always invited, but there's no set plan, it's like you can always come, then it's no worries. But it still takes that effort. It still feels like you need to get there. And if you haven't been necessarily formally invited, you don't have to go. You don't feel like you have to go. Having a full plan, you'll be there every time. That is for sure. If someone told me to come over at this time, I'd be there. Someone says, oh yeah, you can come over today. when am I coming? What am I doing? How is this going to work? It's a very, very difficult thing. And Aslan's coming back. He's pacing around the house right now. It's kind of crazy. Just stands at the door waiting to be let in. The big, looks like a smile. Can dogs smile? It's a good question. I don't think so. I mean, tail wags, they always look happy a lot of times. At least dogs that I see, they do seem fairly happy. That would seem like a big grin. Guess that's just a panting thing. I have no clue. I've never owned a dog for an extended period of time, so I'm not the expert. Seeing the little tail wag is adorable. So on my Frisbee team, we had awards to fit the people. The captains came up with awards, paper plate awards, and every single person got an award. I think they do it in a lot of clubs in college. I'm pretty sure they do that at like sorority formals and stuff like that. But it feels nice to be appreciated for what you've done, the work you've put in. And sometimes you get good appreciation, sometimes you get bad, but it's a good reflection to me. I mean, it's a good idea of how people see me. And if that's the way I want to be seen, then maybe it is. And the way I want to be seen changes from time to time. I remember, so I was in college getting these awards, and when I was freshman and a sophomore, I was cared more about drinking than actually playing Frisbee. And I had friends on the team that I would drink with and stuff. So I got awards that would go to that. I mean, the first year I got an award called the Man, which was basically, or the Legend or something. And it was me lying down with my eyes crossed out because there was one times that I got really, really drunk and I blacked out and I didn't remember anything. It was crazy. And that was the most memorable thing, I guess, about me freshman year. Now, some people might see that and be like, that's mean. But no, I think that people are seeing me for how I was. I was young. I mean, I'm still young. I was younger. I wanted to drink a lot. I wanted to hang out with people. And the way you figure out to hang out with people for some reason in college is drinking. I think that's something that a lot of people have in common, that they're now out of a parent's home and they want to just go crazy. And not saying what's a good thing or bad thing, but I understand that and understood that's how I got my award and stuff like that. And at the time, I was okay with that, with who that was. That was me. I wanted to party with the people. And I still do to some extent, but I wouldn't say that defines me as much. Would I say it defined me then? Probably not, but it's difficult, to keep pushing. I didn't have the same fortitude or the mental health that I have now. Then sophomore year, I was still on the same wavelength. I was still doing stupid things or say like not acting the best and drinking a lot. And I mean, it's not that I'm not acting the best. I'm acting the best I can be at the time, where I'm doing the things I want to do. So I am acting the best I can. I don't think I was as authentic as I am now. Didn't have the confidence, that was for sure. But that year I got a Boghead Award about drinking and doing that. And that's what happened. And I made it. It's another way of seeing that's how people see me. And but it feels nice to get an award. It feels nice to be appreciated. I mean, at the time, everybody's drinking. I'm like, yeah, woo, hey, let's go. Be all excited and stuff. Oh, it was pretty good though. It felt good, It felt nice at the time. And that was people appreciating me for some quality of mine. And whether that's the quality I want people to appreciate the most, and I don't think that would be the quality. But I think when you're creating awards, you're finding something to piggyback off of. Like you don't want to make it generic. I'm writing these letters for these kids and I'm trying my best not to make it a generic or physical characteristic of a kid. I'm writing one, there's this girl in our class, really sweet, really adorable. She's much bigger than everybody else, like height-wise and in general. Really sweet. And I'm sure so many people have asked her what her actual age is. And I did not want to use any euphemism, whatever, or say any way of calling her taller, like a gentle giant or something, because I don't know if she's self-conscious or how it goes, but it's very different. I didn't want to say the shortest kid in the class was the shortest kid. I want to find a way to say something maybe I've done with them, how they are, what they enjoy to do, something I've noticed. And I feel like that's a way to work on it. It's been helpful to appreciate. I find myself that I have a very difficult time describing people because I don't know why. I just think I'm bad at it, I think. Like, how would I describe myself? I guess that's one way to work on self-descriptions or how people are seeing you is, do other people see you the same way that you see yourself? And how did that come to be? Do you notice when other people view yourself differently? Myself, I'd say I'm friendly. I'm outgoing. It's all very generic. I like to act like a little kid. I like to run around in playgrounds. I like to be active. I mean, to me, what I try to describe myself or how I put myself is fun. I try to be as much fun and have as much fun as possible all the time. And that's not able to be the case, but even if it's doing something I don't necessarily want to do, I want to find a way to make it the best for me. How can I have this situation go well? Because I mean, if it's not going well, then what am I doing there? Why am I doing that? What is a characteristic you would describe to yourself that you would try to push through or try to show all the time? I mean, it could be just the way you act, the way you are, the way you be, what's important to you that you want other people to see about you. I think that's where I'm going to start. And I want people to see that I'm fun and I'm caring and I'm loving and that. And I think that as long as the qualities that I want to show through, or that's what I am, I make mistakes. I've made tons of mistakes. I made a bad one recently, but all you can do is keep moving, give away the mistake because mistakes happen. Try not to dwell on it and keep showing those qualities. So this is who I am. That was something else. That was something that didn't need to happen. I think that's going to be a good episode idea. Maybe next time. I think maybe next time. Let's try to do that. How to go about making mistakes and what to do when it's happened. So that's next week. Thank you for listening to DMDY. Subscribe to the podcast. Follow me on Instagram. Give us a like. Give me a like, please. Instagram at DMDY pod. TikTok at DMDYDU. I'm going to post more, but I'm going to shut down a little bit. So I'm going to try my best to figure things out. I will post on social media, hopefully, over the summer. And yeah, thanks for listening. Bye.